When I started to work as an SEO for an Australian-based SEO agency in early 2010, I never knew anything about the work, optimizing websites and building links to them, and definitely unsure of most of the things that I have worked on during that time. All I did was to follow all the instructions given to me, build links in volume and research, learn all the basics of SEO from scratch. I got the hang of it after a couple of months, and I thought that I was doing great. Then I got fired. I guess it was a tragic story, but not quite true, since I was immediately hired by Philorama and Traffic Travis right after getting ditched by my former employer. Fortunately, this led me to getting acquainted with the works of Ross Hudgens, Garrett French and Will Reynolds in mid-2010, the people in this industry who have really influenced my thinking on SEO, particularly in scaling almost all-encompassed processes and methodologies when optimizing a website, which certainly include building and promoting linkable assets. So let's head over to the main topic of this post, sorry for the long introduction, and start defining what a linkable asset is. Basically, a linkable asset is any part of a website or organization that its target audience will genuinely perceive as worth citing, referencing to. It could be people, content, events or anything that can be really interesting to a specifically targeted market. This aspect of a website is so important to any form of online marketing campaign, especially these days, seeing as these materials are able to benefit a site, brand in so many ways, such as ability to continuously attract links to the domain, strengthen a site's online brand presence, substantiates the brand's authoritativeness, generate more interested, fascinated brand followers and leads to their business, becoming more visible through search and social channels, and yield more traffic to the site. To give you a clearer picture of how linkable assets work, I'll give several samples below as well as the link building methods that you can implement to promote each type of content. Awards. Samples. Adage Power 150. Mashable Awards. How to build links to online award-giving bodies. Provide embeddable widgets. Offer widgets that the awards nominees, finalists and winners can use and embed to their sites, blogs, which will link back to your site. Get press mentions. Find columnists and authority bloggers who will most likely be interested to cover your online event, particularly those who write about your business industry. Engage and pitch a newsworthy angle about your upcoming event. For a more in-depth guide on pitching news to authority news sites, you can check out Chris Winfield's recent post on getting press coverage. Reach out to content curators. Identify the top curators in your industry, probably bloggers who have published lists of top blogs and resources in your field. Contact these people and ask if they'll be interested to make a write-up about your event, or offer to do a guest post for them. Leverage social sharing to nominees, members and/or winners. Encourage participants to share their entry, as the more your content gets across their network and audience, the greater chances of getting second-wave coverage. Links from small and medium-sized blogs. News voting feature. News voting. Samples. Inbound.org. Hacker News. A news voting feature is best built to already existing communities that have a strong following base, like industry-specific forums and blogs, since they already have users who can regularly submit articles and contribute to discussions. It's also a great way to engage an already existing community, seeing that you can incentivize the approach by allowing your community to promote their own content within the site. How to build links to a news voting section of a site. Get press coverage. As always, getting links from news sites that have strong readership can help drive massive traffic to your site, especially in its launching stage, and can eventually bring more natural link acquisition opportunities from bloggers in your industry who might write about your site's news voting section. Track and make a list of the people who will share the news articles about your launch, and segment those who have blogs, as you can also reach out to these people and ask if they'll be interested to link to your news voting page. Embeddable widgets for top members. You can also choose to offer widgets to your active members to generate more links to your site. Acquire links from industry resources pages. Find resources pages in your industry and offer your news voting section to be included on their list of resources. You can start with queries like Keyword News Plus and URL resources. Given that this area of the site will be mostly user-generated, your link requests will have higher chances of getting approved. Get blog roll links. Start with blogs that have already linked to your site in the past and with individuals that you have already connected with, and pitch the idea of including your news voting site to their blog roll links. Psychologically, the request will have more impact, since their page will surely be offering fresh pages, articles about your industry around the web, which means the page is able to offer real value to possible click-through visitors. Free learning tools and extensive lessons. Codecademy. Samples. Codecademy. Aram's free affiliate marketing lessons. Team Treehouse's web design and web development lessons. How to build links to free lessons. Contextual links from externally distributed content. Cite your extensive free lessons whenever you contribute to other blogs through guest blogging. Place the links within your guest post's content and always vary your links' anchor texts. You can also link to them through the other formats of content you distribute, such as free white papers, slide presentations and newsletters. Push content via social media. Increase awareness by launching a social media campaign for your free lessons. With more people discovering the content, the more it can translate to possible editorial link opportunities and acquisitions. You can start with the StumbleUpon marketing campaign through paid discovery or by just promoting the shared links through Sue.pr to increase unique page views to your free lessons. Linker outreach. Make a list of known linkers and social sharers in your industry and let them know about your free course. You can easily identify these people by tracking your competitors' social and link data, particularly from your competitors' strong content. To learn more about this method, you can check out this guide on linker outreach that I wrote several months ago. Request links from edu sites. This type of material will almost always have higher response rates when pitched to edu sites, knowing that the offered content is providing high-value information. Search for edu sites, x, keyword resources site:.edu, who might be interested to add your lessons on their resources pages. Build links through community discussions. Search for questions that relates to the information supplied by your lessons on related forums and Q&A sites. Link to your free lessons page when contributing to those highly relevant discussions and make the link serve as a reference. Get featured on other bloggers' newsletters. If you've done your homework and have managed to build relationships, connections with bloggers in your field that have a substantial amount of email subscribers, then pitching to have your lessons featured on their newsletters is a very feasible idea. Absorb their audience to take a look of your site and try to contain them once they land on your free lessons page. Video series. Samples. Everything is a remix. TED Talks list. How to build links to a page with series of videos. Embed and incorporate videos when submitting guest blogs. This will make your guest posts look more comprehensive, and it also gives you the right to link back to the category or main page of where you host your videos. Promote via StumbleUpon. This social platform is a home to millions of cerebral and social media savvy users. They basically know how social media works, so you'll definitely want to have your page filled with high-quality videos in front of their users. You can invest $20-$100 on paid discovery just to get a jump start with your social media campaign and probably expect to have your page views multiplied if you've positioned your social buttons well to act as obvious CTAs. The more the content gets exposure from these types of viewers, the more opportunities your page get for link acquisition. Track the links and social shares from your competitors' videos. You can use tools like Topsy and Ahrefs to identify the sites and Twitter profiles who have shared their content. List these people, blogs, and try to be in touch with them, and then ask if they'll be interested to see your videos and perhaps share and/or link to it as well. Job boards. Job boards. Samples. Pro bloggers jobs for bloggers. You the designer's graphic design jobs. How to build links to job boards. Blog roll links. Most independent blogs are publishing tutorials to help their readers learn, earn, and probably get a job, and with that being said, requesting for them to link to your site's job board makes it absolutely reasonable and relevant. Start with blogs who have already linked to your site in the past, as these blogs are already aware of your brand and somehow trusts you as a resource in your field of expertise. You can eventually expand to your other blog prospects along the process of building relationships with them. Acquire links from those who are posting job offers in your site. Some of these businesses could be a good content partner for your site, so it's best to build relationships with them as well. Encourage visitors to socially share their entry or the job board page. Building social signals is quite important these days, as it will not just help in making the page more visible through search and social, but it also denotes high activity and usage of the page. Request links from edu sites. There are tons of edu sites that list job vacancies, openings from different companies, primarily to make it easier for their students to find jobs right after they graduate. Use Google search to find job resources pages from edu sites and make contact to ask if it's possible for your site's job board to be included on their resources page. Specificity is the key to get high approval rates from your link requests. Ensure that the jobs being offered in your page will bring value to the page you're trying to get a link from. Graphic design jobs. Bonus tip, you can use the scraping method and Citation Labs contact finder to easily extract each of your target edu sites' contact details, because they really do reward links to job listings. Data visualization. Samples. The hidden cost of war, kinetic typography. The State of Internet 2011, interactive infographic. World Bank's data on Philippines, linked data. How to build links to these types of rich media content. Create news through your data and pitch the story to news sites and authority blogs. Journalists and top pro bloggers love data and numbers, so if you can do an extensive research about your industry, which can provide stats that could be helpful to build a newsworthy story, then you can improve your chances of getting solid links from authority domains just by presenting your data to columnists, bloggers who specifically write about your industry. Offer embed codes. Make it easier for others to copy and embed your rich media content to their own blogs, that links back to the original source of the content, your site. Feature it on your guest blogs to increase approval rate. You can also build more content that supports the data, information provided by your infographic, video and submit those as guest blogs, along with your infographic, video embedded within your guest entry. This will then amplify the reach of your data, as more brand signals will be sent out to people, your blog prospects' audiences, who will be able to see your contributed content. Promote heavily through social media. Reach out to known influencers in your industry and ask for feedback or if they can share your content on social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, etc. It's important to evaluate your content, if it's really compelling and share-worthy, before sending your pitch. Coin a term. Inbound marketing. Samples. Inbound marketing, HubSpot. Link Karate, Ranfishkin. Creating your own brand's industry term or technical terminology is a form of thought leadership, and it's definitely a linkable asset, wherein people will give credit to your brand whenever they use the term you have created. That's why it's imperative to build a definition page for the terms that you're planning to invent, which should clearly define the meaning, usage as well as the history of the word, to own it in the SERPs. How to build links to your technical terminology's definition page. Use it frequently when distributing content externally. Use the term and make it link back to your term's definition page, hosted within your domain, when you're submitting guest posts to other blogs, participating on community discussions and distributing free downloadable ebooks or slide presentations. Create a Wikipedia page for your industry term. Use your definition page as well as other high-authority pages, articles that have used the term as references. Set up Google Alerts for your term. Track blogs, sites that might use your term through Google Alerts, and try to ask for link attribution whenever you see it getting mentioned by other sites, if it's not linking back to your definition page. Extremely useful apps and browser-based tools. Open Site Explorer. Samples. Open Site Explorer. Hipmunk. How to build links to web-based tools. Every major tool version update is newsworthy. If your site is offering free web-based tools, you should take advantage of its major updates, as you can publicize it through content distribution, press release and blog posts. Google is doing it, why shouldn't you? Get links from bloggers, experiential reviews, reach out to highly relevant blogs, and see if they'll be interested to try out your tools. Provide them with all the resources that they might need to help them understand how your tool works, as this can somehow make them more interested to write about your tool. You can also check this list of alternative blogger outreach techniques to improve the chances of acquiring links from them. Obtain links from list pages, top and best resources, tools in your niche. Find pages that list the best tools and resources in your field. Engage the publisher of the content and invite them to try out your tool. Send a link request if they're satisfied. You can also use the broken link building method to speed up the process of acquiring links from these list resources pages. Guest blogging. Write advanced tutorials on using your tool and/or on how it can improve its target users' productivity, and then submit it to high traffic and highly relevant blogs. Use strong calls to action on these guest entries to have better chances of absorbing and converting their readers. Custom categories. Eric Ward's best practices. Samples. 217 link building articles, posts, interviews and columns from Eric Ward. SEO Strategies Resources by K.I. Saj. Custom categories are high-quality resources pages can easily attract links, seeing that it contains links to highly resourceful pages, in which the traffic it's able to acquire will more often than not save/share/bookmark the page, particularly if they have found the links that the page hosts very useful. This type of page also has greater chances of achieving higher search rankings for industry head terms, since the absolute relevance of the content, based from both internal and external links it hosts as well as the anchor texts used pertain to thematically related subtopics. How to build links to custom categories. Guest blogs. Build contextual links to your custom categories through your guest blogging campaign. Interviews. Link to it whenever you get a chance to be interviewed by other bloggers, given that it's a good page to refer their readers to, wherein they can see almost all of your published works in one place. Author. Social and forum profiles. Building links through your external profile pages, from other web communities, is also a great way to make this page more visible to your target audience. This will also allow search engines to regularly crawl the links in your custom category, resources page, as well as the new links that will be continuously added to the page. Constantly drive new traffic to gain more natural links. Based on my experience, once the page is constantly generating new visitors, when it's ranking highly for its targeted head terms, the more it can naturally attract and acquire links. Finding possible linkable assets. There are also other types of web content that could possibly fit as a linkable asset that you can work on for your link development campaign. It could be a well-researched blog post, crowdsourced content, a forum thread, or even sales, product pages. You can simply find and identify these strong pages resting within your site through assessing and sorting your site's pages by most link pages or pages that are naturally attracting links, via Google Webmaster Tools. Google Webmaster Tools. Most visited pages with high user activity, particularly from search engines, via Google Analytics. Google Analytics. Once you have distinguished pages that can possibly help you build more links with minimal effort, by just constantly bringing targeted traffic to the page that have high probability of sharing or linking to it, start enhancing these pages to strengthen its ability to automate a fraction of your link building process. Enhancements could be on areas, elements of the page such as design, usability, length content, call to action, sociability, internal links to the site's other important pages, more inbound links to the page. It's also best to understand the linking behavior from your newly discovered assets, or even the linkable assets of your competitors. Know why people are naturally linking to it, so you can have more ideas of how you can replicate the approach for your content as well as to your site's other possible linkable assets. Discerning the natural linking activities to your pages will also enable you to create powerful outreach templates that you can use to build more solid links to these pages, as you'll be able to weigh the value that resonated to your previous linkers, and could then be elaborated as the value proposition of your outreach copy. Prolong the purpose of the content. Optimize for search. Optimize the page to target industry-specific keywords, as it will have better chances of competing for tough keywords, given that you will be working on to drive powerful links to the page, as well as with the page having the capability to attract links, where natural linkers will mostly use the content's title as anchor text when linking to it. Always test and update calls to action. This is vital, especially if your site's strong and link-worthy pages are constantly driving new traffic to the site, as you can always change its call to action whenever you have new offers and/or products, which will allow you to effectively convert new visitors. Brand strengthening. Let the continuously driven traffic to the page know who created the content. Highlight brand and trust signals on some parts of the content to improve brand retention. Social CTA to force multiply social sharing. Make the content's social buttons very visible to continuously gain social shares along the process of getting new visitors to the content, probably from search engines and other referring sources.